Welcome back, you guys. This is Riley here with Learn With Me. And right here, you will see my pear tree. And you guys have probably seen me talk about it a lot. I've even done a couple videos about it. But in this video, I'm going to do what seems like will appear to be like a trimming video about me trimming it and making my pear tree a bit more healthy. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so for a slight introduction here, I just want you guys to know that don't feel bad if you have your own pear tree and you want to, or your own like fruit tree and you want to go about trimming it. I'm this is a new experience for me, but one thing I can tell you is that I know it needs to be done, and if it was properly done for the people who previously had this tree before me, this probably wouldn't be as big of an issue. But I'm gonna try to trim it, and if you guys out there who have pear trees have any advice or anything, please let me know anything, because I don't plan for this to be like a one and done video. So I think in the next few weeks I'm gonna try to work at this tree a little bit at a time before it starts to come out of its dormancy period. And yeah, the thing is that I'm trying to help the tree develop overall growth, because during the fruit bearing season, I noticed that sometimes branches break, sometimes things occur and stuff like that. And I know that's more stressful for the tree, and I can't possibly pick all of this fruit and stuff like that. And just even from a harvest standpoint, like there's just so much going on here that's just not good for the tree. Like you have branches that are rubbing against each other, like there's just so much going on. So I'm gonna try to trim it a bit. And if you guys think that I'm doing something bad, or I do something I've been trimming too much, I will make that the last video, and I'll come out with a video after this and just be like, hey, this is the completion point for this year. But if you guys think I should do different things, please let me know. I've watched a couple videos about it. Um, Somebody in the comments in one of my last videos gave me a video that I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna leave in the comments, and I'm going to like shout out that person too, because they were pretty awesome. I would probably put them on the screen, but yeah, so that's what we're getting to with this. So let's get to it. All right, to begin, I don't have an axe. I might do that for my next video, but I do have these trimmers here. So this is going to be for the smaller ones, and this is going to be for some of the bigger ones. Um, the goal I've heard is to kind of encourage growth, kind of like you see over here, where the branches are kind of coming outwards and not necessarily going inwards, because they're kind of blocking light and blocking some of the nutrients that, and like you want essentially birds to be able to fly within this area, and like the tree to be opened up. So I'm gonna start off by cutting any branches or anything that seem to be going back in towards the tree, or that are kind of rubbing up against the tree. So let's get started. Let's see. All right. So right here, this tree branch is going straight up in the tree. From what I know, you don't want that going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop that off, because we want to encourage growth like this, like where it's going out of the tree. We don't want any branches where we're noticing things are coming out, going straight back into the tree. Like, and for some of these shots, I'm gonna take it off of this mount so that you guys can really see what I'm talking about. But essentially, let's see. We don't want to cut too many parts that have like fruit bearing spurs. I believe that's what it's called. If it's not that, I'll definitely research it later. But yeah, anything that seems like it's growing inside the tree and rubbing up against stuff, we're gonna try to cut that off. And if you guys have other resources, please let me know, as I do not mind learning, and I'm not trying to say I know everything in this regard. Let's see, even this one right here, this is kind of going out. I'll be going down up against parts of the tree. But yeah, that's how we start. But yeah, here's another branch right here, because this can only do harm for the tree. Let me see if I can get it with this. Oof. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need the bigger shears, to be honest with you. All right, this is gonna be just a more difficult cut, but because I'm doing it with my hand holding the camera. But yeah, there's one example of that. Because you really don't want a lot of branches like this one going straight into the tree. And you'll see like one area right there, like that's not what you necessarily want, a bunch of branches brushing up against one another. Because, well, I mean, look at this. This was definitely a dead branch I just yanked off just then. So again, gonna come through here and just kind of cut anything that's kind of going up into the tree. Anything that seems to be rubbing up against other aspects of the tree as well. So like this one right here, you can see how it goes into the tree. Take that down. And like I said, if you guys have any corrections or anything, please let me know. Ooh, sorry about the how moving the camera shaking and everything. This one here is rubbing up right there. That's more than likely where that damage came from. Do that one too. Same with this one. I wish I could trim this one a bit too, but we know we're gonna just start with one day at a time. But yeah, that's definitely not helping the tree. This one isn't terrible, but it is rubbing up against the tree right there. So I'm gonna clip that one back. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see, what else can we get, at least within like a safe distance. All right, let's see. And this tree's been growing crazy this entire time, and it hasn't been stopped by anyone, just been allowed to just grow as crazy as it wants to be. Um, Here's another one right here. Because it grows just straight up into the tree. And again, this is not going to be a project. This might not even be a project that I can really get onto right now, like all on top of, but the goal is to try to help the tree out at least to a slight degree and at least encourage it to grow out kind of like these branches are. Um, let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and trim this one since they're starting to try to grow into one another. Actually, just start trimming right there. At least we can have an excuse not to necessarily, let's say that we're not doing too much harm. Let's see. And of course, you guys, like I said before, this might just be a video where I just kind of do some small trimmings, but for right now, any trimmings will pretty much help as long as they are like encouraging proper growth. And like I said before, I'll try to include a lot of facts in the video. And if you guys want me to correct anything or add anything, improvements to like future videos like about this process, please let me know, as I would love to learn more about this, but also show you guys what I'm learning along the way. Thanks again for your support. And like I told you, I live off of you guys' feedback. So thanks again for like all your support and everything. All right, here's another one that I'm going for. Like I told you, these that are going straight up right here, like this one, that from what I've researched isn't the greatest thing, because it kind of, you want to have spots in the tree that kind of open up and are aired out for the tree and allow like birds to essentially fly through. I mean, that's just like a good rule of thumb. So some of these inner things, the inner branches aren't necessarily good, just for the sheer fact that, as you can see, some of these branches are rubbing up against other branches, and that's not what we want right here. As you can see, this was a pretty gnarly branch, but you know, you don't really want that growing as deep into the tree as it was, just because yes, there's a lot of spurs on this one, but it was doing more damage to the tree than it was doing good. And that, if that makes any sense. Here's another one right here. This one's growing pretty tall. Yeah, you don't want them growing too tall. So that's why this one, yeah, you'll see how long this one is. This one's at least 7 feet tall. And it was just growing through the center of the tree. Like, look at this. It's so much taller than me. All right, let's see, where else can we go for this? Again, got another branch here. Just don't want any branches necessarily growing into the tree. Because that we want to open up the tree as much as we can. Let's see. That's not bad. And of course, I would love to take down this whole branch right here. But some of these branches on here are actually growing outward. So I think I'm just going to trim some of the ones that are going up, but not the ones that are going out from that tree, even though this in itself is growing out. Like, if you guys suggest that I don't trim that one, I mean, if guys suggest that I trim this entire branch, just let me know. But otherwise, like, we're just going to start from there. Yeah, again. Oops. One sec. This is the one I was talking about right here. So let's see. The ones that are going up are the ones we're going to try to trim. Like this one. All right, so I'm going to show you this. I just trimmed one from that spot, and that's going to be this one. But you see, like, I'm having a difficult time pulling it out. But that's because it's rubbing up against so many different branches, which ideally is not what you want. From what, at least from the research that I've gathered. If you guys have any other things that you want to correct me on, go right ahead. But for right now, I'm just going to work on trimming this back and trying to get it completely out of this tree. So that was growing through the center, and that was not ideal. And as you can see, there's broken branch. Like, this looks like some old breaks too, where it was just really working against itself. There's that. This one definitely is not.
As you can see, we're cutting back any branches that kind of come back into the tree, like I told you before. Even if they're coming back, horizontally into the tree, trying to pull back anything that might be crowding everything within the tree. Like I said, this is done. This has been poorly maintained, but all of this isn't going to be fixed in one trimming. So I might have to just do something each year. But so far, this is what we have. So, tree, as you can tell, barely looks any different. But like I told you, we're starting to do like different trimmings and stuff like that, trying to encourage the tree to be just overall like grow healthier and have like better fruit. And so I'm gonna kind of keep you guys updated as I keep this up. But yeah, you guys, that was me doing my first step of trimming my pear tree. And you guys might tell me that I did too much, or you guys might tell me that I didn't do enough. But yeah, that was it. And like I showed you, you probably saw from the thumbnail, look at all these tree branches here. Like, this is a lot of tree branches. And the tree overall doesn't seem hurt, of course. But, we'll find that out in the spring how badly I did. But like I said, any gardeners out there, any tree trimmers or whatever, please let me know what you guys think of the process. If you guys think I should do better angles for you guys, please let me know. I'll try to zoom in where I can. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming around as always. Share this video with anybody you think could be able to help us in this community, and hopefully, this year we might have a few less pears, but hopefully the trees overall healthier. You guys stay awesome, stay breezy, and don't forget to share, like, comment. I love seeing you guys comment, and we'll go from there. Stay breezy.